Roblox, we're powering imagination, always innovating, creating new original concepts, and more diverse experiences. Honestly, it's astonishing to see what these kids and teens were designing.
Be connected!
Alright gamers, now let's talk about beating bandits. If you don't know what a bandit beater is, that's okay. I haven't really heard the term outside of the Roblox anime community. It's essentially a game that has virtually no effort or is just a reskin of another game, and the gameplay usually goes something like this. I feel like Roblox players' brains have just devolved to a mush, and now believe that more grinding equals more fun. Which if it is for you, that's cool, but I don't really see the point or the enjoyment in trying to get self-satisfaction by playing a Roblox game for 16 hours doing the same quest over and over. Did I mention these quests have like no variation and are some of the most unoriginal quests to ever exist? One quest might be to kill 4 villains, and then the next quest would be to kill 1 supervillain. And want to know what the model of the supervillain is? It's an upscaled version of the villain, and now it's a boss because it's bigger. None of the mechanics for the boss are different from the regular NPC, by the way. Then the other quest in the game will just be reskinned villains, and it'll be something like kill 6 corn dogs. Now there are a lot of games out there where you do the same thing over and over, and they're extremely successful. Thing is, these games actually have goals. Among Us, you try to find out who the imposter is. Hades, you try to reach the overworld and escape Tartarus. Escaping Tartarus also builds the story and the world around you. Answering questions like who are you and for what sake you keep fighting your for some reason abusive father. Both of these games also have variety. No gameplay session will be the same as the last session. Meanwhile in Bandit Beaters on Roblox, you kill this block NPC over and over for your self-satisfaction, and I just don't really see the point. There's little to no variety in each game session at all. If you can't tell already, I don't really like Bandit Beaters. The issue with Bandit Beaters for me is that you could have incredible visuals in your game, like realistic clouds, new lighting and water, and truly feel like an immersive world you can enjoy. But if all the gameplay comes down to this from the very start, and that's the only thing you do for 99% of the game from the start, it just completely ruins it. Also, most of these games where you just kill the NPC on repeat, the NPCs feel like the most unalive thing to ever exist. They don't react to anything until you actually hit them. Oh shoot, you don't think they noticed, right? Huh. Do you guys have ears? Also, how am I shooting sniper rifle this fast? Now, I won't keep talking about how bad bandit beaters are because the content is repetitive and that's the whole video. I don't have a major issue with a lot of bandit beaters, and I know some people enjoy the grind. My issue is when these games misadvertise themselves. Let me repeat that for you. I don't have a major issue with a lot of bandit beaters, and I know some people enjoy the grind. My issue is when these games misadvertise themselves. Simulators aren't an issue, since they literally say simulator in the title. You know what to expect in a simulator. And then there's the games that go on about how we have a vast open world game, where players can go through the game and expect lots of varying gameplay between fighting, world building, exploration, and a AAA studio has actually worked on our game to bring you the best characters with entertaining stories and new revolutionary changes to Roblox visuals. But we're not going to actually show you any gameplay. That last one was obviously an exaggeration, but you get the idea of how these games hype themselves up. All of this hype is built up about how there's going to be so much in the game, you'll be exploring the whole game. A huge player base is grown. Then when the game does finally come out, you spend 40 hours in the giant map doing all of your gameplay here in this tiny area. I do not like misadvertising. It's basically the equivalent of YouTube clickbait. We all hate it, but it's never leaving. Now with my rant out of the way, let's talk about a game. The whole reason this video was made. Exhibit A, Anime Legends. I get these videos about the game on my recommended, and I'm thinking, wow, look at these graphics, these cinematics. This shop GUI? This is amazing. This is going to be Roblox Game of the Decade. Then I go to see the studio that made the game, Block Zone, and see that they also made Anime Fighting Simulator 2, and I just instantly get turned off. I mean, hey, at least the game doesn't misadvertise itself. It has simulator in the title. It's just not really a game I could enjoy. But hey, maybe you do. I'm instantly worried because what if this new game is just Anime Fighting Simulator 3 or something? We haven't actually seen any of the core gameplay for this game. For all we know, this could be Roblox Anime Candy Crush. There's a lot of games out there on Roblox that are like the bandit beaters we were talking about in this video. But there's also a lot of good upcoming games. And who knows, maybe one day, one of these games will be able to show us something truly beautiful.
Reaches out so far beyond what I can see. How far would I be walking till I reach the end of a path that's to be seen? I would keep thinking, questioning to myself, why do I have to walk this path? Oh, why? I can't seem to find the real meaning to this.
So, this entire video, all of the Roblox animations, this entire rant has led up to this one line. Anime Legends, no. Block Zone, we just want good games. So please don't f*** your game.
And what's the reason?